Bethany, congratulations on your wedding.
Thank you.
I never thought you would end up marrying my brother. Honestly, I couldn't have imagined it at all.
Oh, really?
I didn't think it was that surprising, though. Is that so? But it's truly shocking for me. You're going to be my sister now. It feels so strange, almost surreal. From now on, let's get along well, not just as friends, but also as family.
Oh, about that.
What do you mean?
You see, I've never really thought of you as a friend.
What? What are you talking about? What does that even mean?
Huh?
What do you mean, what does that mean? I mean, what are you trying to say?
I'm saying I've never once considered you, an ugly girl like you, as my friend.
What? You can't be serious.
Oh, I'm completely serious. What part of that is hard for you to understand? It's pretty straightforward, don't you think?
Straightforward?
Yeah, as in the literal meaning of the words. Not only are you ugly in appearance, but it seems like your brain doesn't work properly either. Honestly, you're beyond saving.
Why are you suddenly saying all this?
Seriously, it's been so embarrassing for me this whole time. People actually believed that I was best friends with someone as hideous as you. Can you imagine how mortifying that was? There is no way someone like me, someone who shines as brightly as I do, would ever be true friends with someone like you, an introverted, unattractive mess.
Why would you say something like that? Are you really Bethany? Is this actually you? Maybe someone hacked your phone.
No, it's me, the real Bethany, 100% authentic.
But there's no way you'd say such horrible things. The Bethany I know is kind and caring. You always protected me when I was being bullied.
Oh, please, that was all an act.
An act? What do you mean?
Wow, you're even dumber than I thought. Do I really need to explain everything to you from A to Z?
I'm sorry.
Oh, whatever. I already know how slow you are, so I'll spell it out for you in simple terms. Listen carefully. From the very beginning, my goal was always Jacob.
What? My brother?
That's right. The moment I laid eyes on him, I knew. I just knew he had an incredibly bright future ahead of him. And I decided right then and there that I needed to stake my claim. That's why I pretended to be friends with you.
No way.
Exactly as I predicted. Jacob turned out to be amazing. He's a doctor now, isn't he? Talk about hitting the jackpot. I've got a great eye for these things, don't I? But oh, let me tell you, it wasn't easy. I had to put up with so much for the sake of securing my dream of a luxurious future. Being forced to hang out with someone as unattractive as you, it was pure torture. I mean, sure, being around someone moderately plain might make me look better by comparison, but your level of ugliness, that's just too much. Even waking next to you in public was humiliating.
That's so cruel.
Well, now that Jacob and I are getting married, I don't need to keep up the charade of being your friend anymore. So don't bother coming to the wedding, okay? It's bad enough that people thought we were friends. Imagine how much worse it would be if they knew you were my family. I mean, seriously, that's just unbearable. Oh, but don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Jacob is like you. Jacob is perfect. He's handsome, tall, clean-cut, and most importantly, he's a total elite. He's everything I could ever want in a husband. But you're just... No. Honestly, I can't believe you two are even related. Life is so unfair sometimes.
I understand. I won't come to the wedding.
Naturally. Make sure to come up with a good excuse for why you're not attending, okay? Oh, and don't even think about holding a grudge. You should be thanking me, actually. I mean, I have been so nice to you all these years, pretending to be your friend and all.
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, knowing you probably wouldn't dare tattle on me anyway. So that's that. Just make sure I never have to see your ugly face again, okay?
All right.
Hannah!
Richard? Why are you contacting me all of a sudden? It's so unusual for you to reach out.
I heard about you from Sky recently.
From Sky?
Yeah, he mentioned that you seem to be under a lot of mental strain, like really cornered. Is something going on?
No, there's nothing wrong at all.
Really?
Yes, really, I'm truly fine. I'm sorry for causing you any concern.
Well, it's not really me who's worried, it's Sky. You know how he's always been the meddlesome type.
Sky...
He told me something interesting. He said that even if there are things you can't talk about with your family or friends, maybe you'd feel more comfortable talking to me. After all, you and I, well, let's be honest, we're not exactly super close, right? But that's precisely why he thought I might be a good listener for you.
Richard,
Look, I can promise you this. I'm a vault. If you tell me not to say a word, I won't spill it, even under torture.
when you say that, it doesn't even sound like a joke.
That's because it's not a joke. And besides, you know I'm good at dealing with messy situations, right? Of course, go ahead.
Thank you. In that case, would you mind listening for a little while? I can't handle it all on my own anymore.
Maybe I can actually help. Man, I have to say it's even worse than I imagined.
But Bethany isn't all wrong, you know. Sure, maybe she had her reasons for befriending me, but I can't deny how much she helped me. When I was being bullied, she stood up for me. She spent time with me, played with me. It wasn't all bad. In fact, she had so many good qualities. Even if her goal was my brother, she still chose to hang out with someone like me. If anything, I should be grateful to her.
That's not a healthy way to look at this.
Huh?
You sound like someone trying to rationalize being mistreated.
What do you mean by that?
It's something that happens a lot, you know. Kids who've been abused by their parents often try to justify the abuse. They'll say things like, my parents weren't all bad, or they had good sides too. They end up defending their abusers. Right now, you sound exactly like that.
No, that's not. I'm not.
Look, I'm not a psychiatrist, and I don't know the full details of your relationship with this Bethany person, so I'm not gonna act like some all-knowing expert here. But something I've always wondered about you is this. Why do you have such a low opinion of yourself? You're constantly saying things like, someone like me, or putting yourself down.
Why, you ask?
Yeah, why do you talk about yourself like that?
Well, it's because...
Hannah,
What?
don't what me. What is this nonsense? How come none of your family members showed up to the wedding? Not even one. Explain this to me right now.
Huh? Why are you asking me that? I thought it was obvious. Didn't you say it yourself? Something along the lines of, the thought of having someone ugly like you in my family makes me sick. That's why I figured it'd be better for everyone if none of them came. After all, they're related to me, so they share the same ugly genes, right? I was just being considerate of your feelings.
What? What are you even talking about? I never said anything like that.
Oh, really? It's funny how people who hurt others conveniently forget their own words. But don't worry, I remember everything. In fact, if you don't believe me, why don't you go back and check your messages? The proof is all there. It's saved in the chat history, plain as day.
Even if I said something like that, I only ever said it to you. I never told your whole family to stay away. And what's the big idea of going behind my back and tattling to them? Didn't I tell you to keep your mouth shut?
You did.
Then why the hell did you turn around and tell them what I said?
Because quite frankly, I didn't see any reason why I had to listen to you.
What? Seriously? You of all people are saying that to me?
What does you of all people even mean? Are you seriously implying that I'm supposed to follow your every command?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. You are nothing but a slow, helpless, ugly loser without me. And now, of all times, you've repaid all the kindness I've shown you by stabbing me in the back like this.
Kindness? That kindness?
Are you joking? Everything I've done for you? Don't tell me you've forgotten. What about all those times I stood up for you when you were being bullied?
All right, that did happen.
See? So how can you...
But wasn't all of that your doing in the first place?
Excuse me? What are you even talking about?
You know, I used to think you were amazing. Whenever my shoes or bag went missing, you'd always find them so quickly, no matter how big the school was.
I was genuinely grateful. I even thought to myself, this person is incredible, truly one of a kind. But now it all makes sense. Of course you could find them so easily. You were the one hiding my stuff in the first place, weren't you? And those awful rumors that spread about me, that was you too. Also, you could swoop in and act like the only friend of a poor bullied girl. Let me guess, it was all to make yourself look good in front of my brother, right? What proof do you even have to back up such ridiculous claims? Oh, I don't know. Maybe the fact that you drunkenly bragged about it to your so-called close friends? You went on and on about how you managed to snag yourself a doctor fiancé, and as luck would have it, there's a recording of that conversation. What? Why would... I happen to know someone who specializes in resolving complicated issues like this. They did a bit of digging for me, and it's not just the bullying. Remember all those times I tried to dress up a little, only for you to mock me? That doesn't suit you. Stop trying to act like someone you're not. Honey, you're too ugly for that. Those words still sting. I was just... What was it you used to say? I'm only saying this for your own good. Yeah, that was your favorite excuse, and because I had no one else to rely on, I believed you. Every single time. And let's not forget about the part-time job you recommended to me. Remember that? The one where you insisted on taking half of my paycheck as some kind of placement fee? I knew something was off, but I didn't dare question it because, well, you told me to do it. You've been sabotaging my life from the very beginning. Everything I've endured, all the pain and humiliation, it all traces back to you. So tell me, do you have anything to say for yourself? Say something. Oh, are you done now? Wow, that was quite the speech. Do you feel better after getting all of that off your chest? Honestly, it was so pathetic, I almost felt sorry for you. Almost. Do you really think dragging up ancient history is going to change anything now? Whatever, just get to the venue already. Do you have any idea how much of a mess you've caused today? A mess? If anyone's to blame for this disaster, it's you. This is entirely your fault. Oh, here we go, blaming others again. You always do this, don't you? No wonder you were such an easy target for bullies. You of all people have the nerve to say that to me? Enough! Just get over here and clean up your own mess. And while you're at it, explain to everyone exactly why this situation has spiraled out of control. Make sure they all know it's because of you. Fine. Hurry up, you useless slug! You! What's wrong? What do you mean, what's wrong? What have you done to me? Huh? I just did what you told me to do. What do you mean by what I told you? Then why did you do something like that? No, because you told me to explain to everyone whose fault it was that this situation ended up like this. So that's exactly what I did. Everything that has happened is because of you. So I told everyone that. Are you kidding me? Who told you to do something like that? I told you to explain that my relatives couldn't come because of the extra things you did. No, you didn't. You told me to explain whose fault it was that this was all happening. So it's all your fault, right? Really? Then why did the venue get so chaotic? If you weren't at fault, things wouldn't have escalated like that. Well, that's because you said things that weren't true. I only said what's true. All the harassment you've done to me, how you've tried to degrade my character and make sure I couldn't stand up to you. It was almost like mind control the way you manipulated me, and that's not all. You really have serious issues, don't you? You're a habitual shoplifter, you've harassed your coworkers, stolen personal belongings, you've been stalking people online, spreading false rumors. What evidence do you have to say such things? Oh, I've got evidence, all right. I'm only telling you about the stuff that I have proof of. There's plenty more I could say, but I don't have solid evidence for it yet. But I have some pretty disgusting stories about you, too. Why? Why are you saying such things? I told you, right? I have a friend who's a specialist in handling problems like these. They're really kind-hearted, you know. They just can't leave people like me, people who've been oppressed, without helping. This person and their team have been investigating you. Why? Why? Why are you doing something so horrible? I want to ask the same thing. How can you still play the victim in this situation? Huh? How can you possibly say that I am not the victim? You too. You've been spreading lies about me to others, making my situation worse. I've only done the same to you. Well, maybe not the same. I only told the truth, but yours was all lies. No matter how you look at it, I'm the one who's been victimized. I don't care about your situation. I've been the one who suffered, so of course I'm the victim.
You're really something else. I can't believe I thought of you as a close friend and trusted you with all my heart. I feel pathetic now.
I don't care anymore. I've got Jacob on my side. No matter how much you try to pull me down, Jacob is going to be my husband. A doctor for a husband, that's the winning side. In fact, after all the things you've done to me, I'm sure you'll be the one cut off from the family. How sad for you. Well, I guess it's your own fault.
Huh? What are you talking about?
What do you mean, what do I mean? I'm just stating the facts. You can't understand that, can you?
No. Are you still thinking you can marry my brother?
What? What do you mean by that? What are you talking about?
It's simple. After all that's happened, my brother would never marry you.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not? Would you really marry someone who's been so cruel to your sister?
That's a different matter.
It's not different at all.
What? Now you're going to prioritize your sister over your fiancé? What a total siscon.
Listen, the only reason my brother was attracted to you in the first place was because you were kind to me. You were nice to me, protected me when I was bullied, things like that. I used to tell my brother all the time. I told him how kind and sweet you were.
Then,
yeah, so now that I know you were just manipulating me, there's no reason for him to marry you.
That's impossible. If that were true, he should have broken off the engagement by now. But here we are, having the wedding, and Jacob is still coming to the venue.
Yeah, because I asked him to.
Why would you?
Obviously. I just wanted to make sure you got hurt as much as possible.
What a terrible person.
You're the last one who should say that. Well, the truth is, there's a more practical reason for everything. But with you, I thought if I just broke off the engagement normally, you'd probably make up all sorts of stories and gossip about me, turning my brother into the bad guy. So instead, I decided to just explain everything to all the people involved with proof so you couldn't deny it. What's the matter? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden?
Oh, I see now. So that's how it is.
What? What's going on?
Oh, I almost ended up marrying a creepy siscon. That was close. I'm glad I realized just in time. I was about to become the sister-in-law to a total loser. Barely made it out.
Ah, I see. It's just bravado, huh?
I'm not being brave. You should know that the only reason you're acting all high and mighty right now is because you think you're safe.
What do you mean?
Do you think you can just get away with this? I'll sue you, you know.
Oh, feel free to try.
Huh? What's with that attitude? You're the one who's pretending to be tough.
I told you, right? I know a professional who deals with problems like these. Even if you try to sue me, I've made sure not to lose. And even if you do, I've got a great lawyer who's ready to help me, so I'll be fine.
You've got to be kidding me. How can you say something so ridiculous?
Well, if you want to sue, go ahead. Even if you lose, it's not a big deal. It's a civil case anyway, unlike criminal cases.
What do you mean? A civil case? What's that supposed to mean?
Shoplifting and theft are criminal offenses, you know. And all those horrible things you've done in the past. Right now, I don't have enough evidence, but Richard and his team are still investigating it. Even without hard evidence, if we can find victims who will testify, that will be enough.
Wait, if you do that, I understand. I get it now. We can talk. I said I'd sue you, but I take that back. So you'll drop the lawsuit too, right? That's fine, right?
Of course not.
Why not?
I've already made my concession. But you're really something, aren't you? It's too late for any more negotiations. We've been talking for a long time now, and it's not even really worth discussing at this point.
Yeah, I get it now. Should I apologize then? Sorry, I was wrong. Is that enough? Hey, at least answer me.
Oh, sorry, I was just on the phone.
Huh? What do you mean on the phone during something important?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it?
What?
The police.
The police? Why would you involve the police?
Because clearly you've crossed the line. And the truth is, I'm done playing around with you. I've been trying to be nice and handle things peacefully, but you've made it impossible. You don't listen to reason, so this is the only option left.
No, you can't do that. I swear I'll do anything. Please don't get the police involved. Just please.
It's a little late for that, don't you think? You've been causing me and my family too much trouble. And not just recently, but for a long time. You're lucky it took this long for me to actually take action. Do you really think I'd just let you walk away from everything you've done?
But I didn't mean to cause this much damage. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I don't know. It just spiraled out of control. I didn't want any of this.
Oh, now you want to act innocent? Stop pretending like you didn't know exactly what you were doing. You've been manipulating everyone around you for years. And now you want to act like you've been wronged? I'm not buying it.
I know I made mistakes, okay? But please, you have to believe me. I didn't want things to end up like this. I'm sorry. I really am.
Sorry? Is that what you're offering now? After everything you've done? Sorry isn't enough, and you know it. You've ruined too many lives. And now you think a simple apology is going to fix everything?
I was just trying to protect myself. I didn't know what else to do. You don't understand.
What do you mean you didn't know what else to do? You think you can just hurt people to protect yourself? That's the most selfish thing I've ever heard. And you know what? I am done listening to these excuses. If you want to keep making mistakes, that's on you. But I'm not going to sit here and let you keep dragging everyone else down.
But I don't know who else to turn to. I don't know how to fix things. I thought maybe I could make it all go away if I did this one thing, but it just kept getting worse.
And now look at what you've done. Look at everything that's happened because of your actions. You've hurt people who cared about you, and for what? To try to cover up your own mistakes?
No, I didn't want to cover anything up. I wanted to make things right. I thought if I could get everything to work out, then I could just move on and fix it. But I never meant for it to go this far. You have to believe me.
I don't know if I can believe you anymore. You've lied to me so many times, and I've lost count of all the things you've hidden from me. You're only telling me what you think I want to hear, but it's too late. The damage is done. There's nothing you can say that will change that.
Please, just hear me out. I can't let it end like this. I'll do anything. Please, just give me a chance to make things right.
A chance? You've had plenty of chances, but you've thrown them all away. Every time you've had an opportunity to do the right thing, you've chosen the wrong path. I'm done trusting you, and I'm done trying to protect you.
You don't get it. I've been trying so hard, but it's like everything I do just makes it worse. I'm not strong enough to fix everything. I can't undo what's been done, but I don't want to be alone in this. I need help.
You don't need help from me. You need to face the consequences of what you've done. Maybe then you'll start to understand what it really means to take responsibility for your actions. But that's something you've never done, and it's about time to start.
I can't do this. I can't live with this guilt anymore. It's eating me alive. You don't know what it's like to carry all of this alone. I thought I could handle it, but I can't. I need you. Please, don't leave me like this.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm not the one who needs to face consequences, remember? I'm just here to make sure you understand that you can't keep going like this. You need to own up to what you've done, and you need to stop trying to shift the blame on everyone else.
But I can't. I'm not strong enough. I don't know how to make it right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything.
And you think saying sorry will fix it? You think that's going to make all the pain and destruction go away? No. Sorry doesn't work like that. You can't just say it and think everything will be fine.
Then what do you want from me? What am I supposed to do?
You need to make things right. You need to own up to what you've done, face the consequences, and make amends. And that means not trying to weasel your way out of this anymore. It means accepting responsibility for the damages you've caused.
I've already done so much wrong. What if it's too late for me? What if I've ruined everything beyond repair?
It's never too late to start making things right, but you have to want to change. You can't just sit around feeling sorry for yourself. You've got to put in the effort to fix what you've broken.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can fix it.
You won't know unless you try. But I'm not going to be the one to fix it for you. That's something you have to do on your own.
So what happens now? Are you just going to turn your back on me?
No, I'm not going to turn my back on you, but I can't keep enabling you either. I've been trying to help you, but I can't do it all for you. You have to take responsibility for yourself.
I'm scared. What if I can't fix it? What if it's too late for me?
You'll never know if you don't try. But if you keep giving up, then yeah, it'll be too late. But if you start taking steps to make things right, there's always hope.
And if I fail?
Well, then you try again. You keep trying until you get it right. But the first step is admitting that you've messed up.
And that's something you've been avoiding for far too long.
I think I can do that. I can try. I'll start by admitting that I've messed everything up, and I'll do everything I can to make things right. But I'm scared. What if it's too late?
It's never too late. You just have to start. And you have to believe that you can make things better.
Okay, I'll try. I don't want to keep running away from my problems. I want to make it right.
Good. That's all I need to hear. Now, take the first step, and let's see what happens.
Please, Hannah, help me.
Why are you asking me for help?
Because of that wedding, I lost my job. I've been disowned by my family, and my friends have all distanced themselves. You're the only person I can turn to, so please, I am begging you.
Even so, asking me for help is completely misplaced, don't you think?
What do you mean? It's because of you doing something unnecessary that all of this happened, right? At least take responsibility for it.
So you haven't reflected on anything, huh?
I have reflected. That's why I'm here, humbling myself and asking for your help.
You think humbling yourself is a form of reflection, huh? How much do you look down on me to come up with such a thought?
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Nothing, never mind. You'll probably never understand it, so... Well, you know. There's a live-in job with meals included, and it pays over $30 an hour. Want me to introduce you to it?
Really?
Yeah, as long as you're serious about working.
I'll work.
But you'd need some special equipment, and to get started, you'd need about $10,000.
$10,000? I don't have that kind of money.
Then I guess it won't work. How about a part-time job at a convenience store instead?
I can't. I don't even have a place to stay. My phone will probably get cut off soon, and then I won't be able to.
Should I negotiate to have it kept on for you?
You can do that?
Yeah. It'll be deducted from your paycheck, though.
Yes, that works. I'll take it.
All right, I understand.
Okay, for now I'll save up enough for the essentials and then start from scratch.
I hope that happens for you. I introduced the job that Richard had recommended to me directly to Bethany. At first glance, the position might seem like an ordinary job, but to be completely honest with you, it's actually quite shady. The company completely disregards labor laws, and in many ways it operates in a gray zone that could be seen as not just unethical, but also bordering on illegal. There are several aspects of the work that make me feel uncomfortable, but despite that, I wouldn't call it outright criminal activity. It's not like they're engaging in anything that would land anyone behind bars, but it's definitely not a place where most people would want to work, even if they had no other option. The environment is toxic, the rules are loose, and the people there seem to just go through the motions, never questioning anything that happens. The labor standards are blatantly ignored, and in that sense, the situation is incredibly bleak. However, it's not something that would lead to any serious legal trouble if you weren't looking too closely. It's not that I'm directly involved in anything illegal, but it's an operation that thrives by taking advantage of those who don't know better or those who don't have much of a choice. It's the kind of place that exists in the shadows of society, where everything is done just above board enough to avoid any real consequences, but still pushes the limits of what's ethical. Despite the questionable nature of the job, I still decided to introduce it to Bethany. Why would I do such a thing, you ask? I'll tell you, it wasn't something I wanted to do lightly, but it was a decision I made after Richard's warning. Richard, knowing exactly how things work, gave me a piece of advice that stuck with me. He told me point blank that someone like Bethany would never reflect on her actions. He said that she would never come to terms with her past mistakes or feel any sense of remorse for the way she treated people. He went even further to say that one day she would eventually come after me or my family, seeking revenge for something, anything. Honestly, I think Richard is right. As much as it pains me to admit it, I know that deep down, despite everything that's happened, she used to be my close friend. We had shared so much together, and even though we had drifted apart, I like to think that I understood her better than anyone else. But even with all that understanding, I can't deny the truth. She's not the kind of person who will learn from her mistakes or grow emotionally. There's something inside her that's broken, and that brokenness keeps her stuck in this never-ending cycle of resentment and anger. I never wanted to believe it, but I can't deny that it's true, and because I know what she's capable of, I knew I had to take a hard stance. So I made the decision to introduce her to this job, knowing exactly what kind of environment she would be stepping into. The job itself is not glamorous, nor is it even close to what most people would consider a good opportunity. The pay might seem reasonable at first glance, but that's where the catch lies.
When I told Bethany that the position would come with room and board, I didn't tell her that she would have to pay for everything herself. The salary might seem like enough to survive on paper, but once everything is taken out for accommodation and food, there's not much left. Bethany will soon realize that the job isn't as simple as she might have thought. The work environment is grueling and the expectations are unrealistic. The long hours will drain her and there will be no room for personal time or communication with the outside world. The company prides itself on isolating its employees from anything that might distract them from the work at hand, and Bethany will have to adjust to that reality quickly. It's the kind of place where everyone keeps their head down, works without question, and simply follows orders without ever thinking about what they're doing. But what makes it worse is the way they've structured everything financially. The accommodation and food are not provided for free. They come with a hefty price tag. Every single day, Bethany will have a portion of her salary deducted to cover the cost of her room and meals. The deductions will be substantial, and by the end of each month, she'll find herself with less and less to show for all the hours she's worked. As if that wasn't enough, there's the issue of the $10,000 debt. This is where it gets really ugly. Bethany has always had a problem with managing money, and now it's come back to bite her. The $10,000 debt is a burden that she can never escape from. The company has made sure to include an interest clause, so every month her debt will grow. The interest will be deducted directly from her paycheck, further reducing the amount she can save or use for personal expenses. She won't be able to pay it off quickly, and with the high interest rates, it could take years to clear the debt, if she ever manages to do so at all. And that's not the worst part. The most important detail, the one that seals her fate in this arrangement, is the job placement fee that I'm taking. As a part of the deal, I'm entitled to half of her salary. That's right, half of everything she makes will be taken by me. When I told her that this was part of the arrangement, she didn't seem to understand the full impact of it. She's so caught up in her own world that she failed to grasp just how severe this would be for her. It's not a matter of just a few $100s here and there. It's half of her paycheck, month after month, with no way of getting out of it. The situation is dire, and once she's in it, there will be no way to escape. The money will never stop flowing out of her account, and she will be stuck in this cycle indefinitely. Bethany used to say that this was just the way things worked. I remember her saying to me more than once when we were younger, "That's how it is," she would say, as if it were some sort of unchangeable rule of life. But now the consequences of that mindset are catching up with her, and she doesn't even realize it. Even though Bethany will work herself to exhaustion every single day, she will never be able to pay off that $10,000 debt. The interest will keep piling up, and she will never see an end to it. And the worst part is, she'll be working under these horrible conditions for the rest of her life. There's no way out, no possibility of a better future for her. The sad truth is that this job will trap her. She'll never be able to leave, not without giving up everything she's worked for. Her options will shrink more and more as time goes on until she's just another cog in the machine, grinding away day after day with no hope of a better life. Bethany might think she's being clever by accepting this position, that she's somehow outsmarting me or finding her way into something better, but she doesn't know what she's getting herself into. She thinks that she can handle the work, that she can tough it out, but the truth is that she won't be able to last. The longer she stays in this job, the more she'll lose, until there's nothing left of her but a shell of the person she once was. And as for me, well, I'm not sorry for what's going to happen to her. It's harsh, yes, but it's the only way to ensure that she never comes after me or my family. Richard was right. Bethany will never change. She'll never learn from her mistakes, and so I've made the choice to protect myself, to protect those I care about, even if it means sending her down this dark path. The sad reality is that she's already lost, and I've made my peace with that. I know this is going to sound harsh, but the reality of the situation is that Bethany will never find a way out. She'll be stuck in a vicious cycle where the debts continue to pile up and the pressure will slowly crush her piece by piece. She won't be able to escape, not unless she breaks free of everything she's known, everything that holds her back, and that's not something she's capable of doing, not in the state she's in now. She will go through the motions, working day after day, believing that she's making progress, believing that she's in control, but in reality she won't have any control at all. Everything she does will be dictated by the debt she owes, the hours she works, and the fear that she'll never be able to climb out of the hole she's dug for herself. I can already see it now. Bethany will wake up every morning feeling the weight of it all on her shoulders. She'll try to push through, but it won't be easy. The exhaustion will seep into her bones, and eventually it will start to show. She'll be worn out, frustrated, and unable to make sense of why things are going the way they are. The deeper she sinks into the situation, the harder it will be for her to even recognize the way out, let alone take the first step toward it. And then once the debt continues to grow, she'll start to lose hope. That's when the cracks will start to show. She might act like it's not affecting her, like everything is fine, but deep down she'll know. She'll know that she's trapped in a situation she can't get out of. She'll wonder what happened, where everything went wrong, but by then it'll be too late to do anything about it. There will be nights when she'll lie awake, staring at the ceiling, her mind racing with thoughts of escape. She'll think about running away, starting over somewhere else, but she won't be able to leave the job behind. The debt won't let her go. No matter how far she runs, it will always be there, following her like a shadow, reminding her that she'll never be free. The hardest part, though, will be when she starts to realize the truth, that there's no way out, that the life she thought she could build for herself is nothing more than a mirage, a false hope that will slip through her fingers the moment she tries to grasp it. The job will become her prison, and it will be her own doing. She won't have anyone to blame but herself for accepting the position, for ignoring the warning signs, for believing that she could somehow make it work. But deep down, I know that she'll never acknowledge her role in all of this. She'll never admit that she made a mistake. Instead, she'll point fingers at the world, at everyone around her, blaming them for the way things have turned out. She'll say that she had no choice, that she was forced into it, that it was the only option available to her, but that's not true. There were other choices. There were other ways out. She just couldn't see them because she was too blinded by her own pride, too focused on her own ego to see the reality of the situation. That's why in the end, it's going to be impossible for her to escape this cycle. She's never going to see that she's the one who trapped herself. She'll always be looking for someone else to blame, someone else to hold responsible. But the truth is that she's the one who has put herself here. No one else is to blame for her choices. As much as it pains me to say it, I know that this is the only way for her to learn. It's not like I wanted this for her, but sometimes people need to hit rock bottom before they can truly understand the consequences of their actions. Sometimes the only way for them to change is for them to lose everything, to see just how far they've fallen. Maybe then, and only then, will she be able to see what's been right in front of her all along, the fact that she's the one responsible for her own downfall. I just wish it didn't have to come to this. I wish there was another way. But Bethany doesn't give me much choice. She's left me no other option but to do what I did. She's pushed me to this point, and now I have to live with the consequences of my actions. And yet, as I think about it more, I realize that maybe it's not about teaching her a lesson. Maybe it's just about protecting myself. After everything she's done, after all the time she's crossed me and my family, I can't afford to let her get away with it. She has to be held accountable for what she's done, and if that means taking advantage of her mistakes and giving her a taste of her own medicine, then so be it. I have to be strong, even if it feels wrong, even if it hurts to see her in this position, because at the end of the day, I'm not the one who got her here. She did this to herself. It's strange how much things have changed between us. Not too long ago, we were close. We were friends who shared our lives, our secrets, and our dreams. I never imagined that it would come to this, that we'd be on opposite sides of something like this. But here we are, and I can't deny that it feels like a betrayal. She betrayed me first, though. She betrayed my trust, my friendship, and my loyalty. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.